welcome, welcome. We are on day 22 of our 31 days of recipes throughout the month of December. And we have exactly 9 more days left before we're done with our journey. Today's recipe, I am going to be making a savory cracker that you'll be able to eat with some of the dips that we have made during this time together, but also with just spreadable cheeses as well, vegan or otherwise. So here are the ingredients that we're going to be using. We're going to be using our food processor for this recipe. So in our food processor, I'm going to go ahead and put in 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I have 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 2 teaspoons of cracked black pepper or black pepper. I have 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds, a teaspoon of salt. I have 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, which is so good. I love the earthiness of the turmeric, and it is very good for you medicinally as well. To that, I am going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of agave nectar. And then I also have a teaspoon of, I have organic powdered sugar. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pulse this. The other ingredients I have is 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. You can use the alternative oil. I like the taste of coconut oil. And then I have 1/2 cup of ice cold water. So pulse this together real quick. Everything is thoroughly incorporated. I'll go in with my rubber spatula just to make sure. Everything looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and incorporate the wet ingredients. I'm going to strain them in, and I'm going to do all of this on low speed. It's thoroughly incorporated now. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and we're going to move on to the very next step. I'm going to take our dough out of the food processor. I have a bowl here with a dusting of flour. I'm just going to make sure it doesn't stick in the bowl, and I'm going to let the dough rest for exactly 10 to 15 minutes, and then I will separate it, cut it up, and put it on a baking sheet, of which we'll bake at 450 degrees for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side, turning between each rotation. Now that our dough has rested, I'm going to go ahead and divide it into 4 parts. I have my trusty rolling pin here. I have the oven preheating. It's going to cut it into 4 parts. And I have a little flour for dusting. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the remaining parts back in the bowl. Go ahead and put a little flour down here, and we're needing to let the dough roll it out nice and thin. As thin as we can get it. And if it sticks, that's okay. Just dust it with a little more flour. But we don't want to over flour it though. Okay, flip that over, make sure that is nice and thin. This smells so good, and the color is absolutely beautiful. Move that out the way. I have my baking sheet behind me. I'm going to go ahead, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut our crackers with my trusty kitchen gadget. And the goal is to try to cut them about 1.5 inches to 1 inch each. Baking sheet. Make sure I can get them in on the baking sheet. I'm going to space them about 1 inch apart. Pop them in the oven. Remember, we're going to cook them 4 to 5 minutes on each side. And flip them. Put them back in the oven. Let them cook 4 to 5 minutes. Our crackers are now out of the oven. They smell delicious and they look amazing. They look amazing. Yes, yes, yes. They're nice and crispy. I cooked them exactly 5 minutes on each side. The second batch I cook 4 minutes on each side because I made them a little bit thinner. Be sure to prick the top side of your cracker with a fork so that they don't expand and leave that air bubble in there, so they won't cook all the way through if you don't prick them with a fork. So FYI, I left that out, so I'm letting you know that now. And do watch them the whole entire time because they may cook a little bit faster. So I just have a nice little tray here of fruit, our turmeric cracker, and some almonds. I just finished with the gym. While my dough was hanging out, I finished at the gym with my personal trainer, and now this is my afternoon snack, so I'm gonna have some. So good. You can taste the Italian herbs in here. The turmeric is very warming. I have a little bit of spread on here. So good. Pair it with some almonds and some grapes. Do not use all of your dough like I did. I stored the rest of it in the refrigerator. I will be using it throughout the rest of the week. You can store it in your refrigerator for 3 to 4 days. Or you can even keep it in your freezer for 1 to 2 months and take it out, thaw it, and use it. So that does it for today's recipe. I will see you here tomorrow on day 23 of our 31 days of recipes throughout the month of December. But until then, peace.